probably the most powerful governor in the history of the state.
Governor Rick Perry is stepping down in a year, but his influence in your daily lives is not going away. Police, colleges, healthcare, even your electricity.
Perry's power is secure for many years after he's out of office. KXAN political reporter Josh Hinkle has this in-depth report.
It's been said no issue is as important for the future of Texas as water. As the state's population grows, resources are running dry.
This is about making sure for the next 50 years that Texas has the water resources that it needs.
So it could be argued none of Governor Rick Perry's recent appointments is as important as this man.
Why do you feel like Governor Perry felt you were the best person to serve in this position?
The new Texas Water Development Board Chairman Carlos Rubenstein, who will help usher in a wave of crucial projects to keep the state afloat.
I'm honored to be in this position. Water has been a passion for me all my life.
And for Perry, it's part of his life's legacy. He's been in office longer than any other governor, 13 years. That's enough time to make around 7,700 appointments, and that's more than any other governor to grace this state capitol, quite possibly making him the most powerful chief executive this state has ever seen.
Every appointee in Texas is a Rick Perry appointee because of the duration of his service.
Former state lawmaker Brian McCall wrote about the influence that power can have.
The governor can say to those appointees, look, I would like you to consider X instead of Y.
For example, this man, Kyle Janik, who heads up the Health and Human Services Commission, overseeing 5 agencies with a third of the state budget, nearly $60 billion. And this man, Wallace Hall, a University of Texas regent who helped set your child's tuition, now the subject of an impeachment hearing. And this woman, Brandy Marty, Perry's former chief of staff, who now sits on the Public Utility Commission and must make sure the state always has enough electricity.
The time has come.
And as Perry steps down next year, he'll leave behind about 2,100 appointees who will remain in their posts, some through the end of the decade.
It will be quite some time before Texas doesn't have Rick Perry appointees.
As with almost every corner of Texas government, Perry's power with water will live on too. Rubenstein's appointment outlasts the governor's term by 2 years.
It sounds like he has a lot of trust in you.
And I welcome that trust.
And apparently being a Perry appointee can also help out your political career. Consider this. He named both of these men Texas Secretary of State at some point. Now they're both U.S. congressmen. Just think of the support offices like that and the thousands of appointed leaders back home could mean if he decides to run for president again in 2016.
A lot of power in those appointments. Josh, what if you don't like who Perry or any future governor is nominating for these posts?
Well, contact your state senator because Perry has to nominate these guys, and then the Senate has to confirm them. So if you like them or if you don't like them, make sure that they know.
That's the key. Josh, thanks very much.
Good, thanks. Well, the governor can also appoint people to fill vacancies for several elected offices. For Governor Perry, that includes 6 of the 9 current members of the Texas Supreme Court. We took an in-depth look at Perry's power, and that meant digging through thousands of his appointments. Also now on this story at KXAN.com, we have posted all of the current ones in an interactive feature for you. And while you're there, right now, join us for KXAN Live. This is an interactive chat between you and Josh Hinkle, where you can ask him more about these in-depth report that you just saw. KXAN Live online now with this story at KXAN.com.